Ball Hawk Life, man. Uh, we got a good one for you today, man. We live and direct on YouTube right now, man. We got one crazy for you today, man. I got my special guest, independent artist, Reggie FE in the building.
What's good? What's good?
It's good, my guy. It's exciting to have you in the building, man. We got a lot to talk about. Uh, Also, y'all know we're doing things a little bit different today, man. I believe so. He's gonna perform one or two songs live for us on stream today, man. We're gonna have a good time, though. Y'all don't even know what y'all missing out on. But anyhow, getting started, let's get straight into the music first and foremost. Uh, let's talk about the creative process behind the poet. Oh wait, I made it. Hoes Mad featuring Ted the Poet.
So, all right. Well, with Hose Mad, that was that honestly, like that one was well. Okay, so first of all, to anyone wondering, Ted the Poet is my manager. He's my music manager, and
Okay,
so
shout out to him.
so I'm in a group of like artists and stuff. And in the back of my head, I was low key just thinking like I always am in a competitive mode, and I was just thinking, what can I do to make myself unique out of all these people to show them that I'm unique as well, just like I'm going to show everyone else. And then I thought, because everyone has a manager up in there, I was thinking, what if I get my manager on one of my songs and it's actually a really good song? So I went and messaged him and said, what do I have to do to get you on a song? And he said, it just got to be a really good song because we were still in training a lot, like for the music part at that point. So I said, okay. I wasn't even pressured to make a song for him. I was just making music to get better for myself anyway. But then later I realized that Hose Mad was one of my best songs like to that date that I made. And I went in and I was like, hey man, I got a song. I got a song for you. I sent it in immediately. He liked it. Everyone in the office and their staff liked it. The leader of that whole like listen to anything of him, and he said he got the song stuck in his head for like a whole week. I mean, it was like, it just seemed like a almost like a too good to be true type of moment. The song originally had a different verse on it, but when he said he was down for it, I wasn't gonna miss that opportunity. So I just mixed it up a little bit, took off one of the verses, and put him on there.
Absolutely. You say you just started making music in January. What first of all, what inspired you to start making music?
Well, like I've just always had a creative mind. Like whenever I was growing up, I was always doing something creative. I used to make like little. I mean, I wasn't that good at drawing, but I used to make like stories and comics and stuff.
Yeah,
And I used to do like that type of. I used to write out stories like an author. I used to do a lot of different stuff, and the difference is with all that stuff and everything else I learned to music. It's like all that stuff was cool, but music was the one thing that was like you just kind of know like, oh no, this is what you're made for type thing. When you go in there, even if you aren't even that good when you start off, like if you just know that with yourself, like this is something that you need to continue to do. So but whenever I heard music, whenever I would heard a catchy song, I would always just, what I'm saying, like, just, I would almost like, just like how people would sing in the car, I would always like, whenever they have like the outro instrumental, I would always try to like, even if I couldn't freestyle, I would always try to freestyle something at the end of it, just like in my own car before the song cuts out type thing. And it would kind of build up a little skill for me. I later realized, and every time I hear like a good catchy song like when I was growing up, it always just kind of made me closer and closer to realize like I want to do music until eventually like something just happened and it made me just like it struck me and it was just like, man, you need to go do music. So I went and started doing it.
absolutely. Side note, shout out DM Dubs. He said, "Yo, Reggie FE." Shout out to him, man, and the
But
crowd here putting up in the building. Side note, man, Reggie FE Y'all know, thank God it's Friday Music Fest, man. July 4th, it's about to be a epic fucking movie. And then Reggie F.E. is performing on that concert lineup. So definitely tune in, man. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be on Twitch and YouTube, 7 p.m. July 4th. 4th of July, man. That's gonna be crazy. So make sure y'all tune in for that. We excited for that. Just the whole concept, like what drew me to this young man was I got a little snippet of his performance for the concert, and I'm like, God damn, because it was like, when you listen to artists on the radio, you get that vibe, and you're like, that he is. Let me say this: he is the reason I do this. Artists like him is the reason I do this. Voices that need to be heard. Need to. Like it's like 100% need to. It's like you can hear they're on the radio and he's colder than a lot of them on the radio. He's another one that I'm stamping here today. And I said this, man, he just started in January, so I'm crazy to see what he do. I'm excited to do it 2, 3, 4 years. But right now, he's forced to be reckoned with. I don't even think y'all understand what we're gonna get into.
Man, that's big. I appreciate it.
Oh, definitely. July 4th. You know what it is. Thank God it's Friday Music Fest. Liddy. If you ain't signed up to the Twitch page, it's Thank God it's Friday Music Fest 21. Make sure if you're gonna watch it on Twitch, if you're gonna watch it on YouTube, come over here to Battle Rap Kingdom. It's gonna go this out. Shout out Ted the Poet on the feature.
Oh yeah, shout out to that.
Yeah. Let's talk about Monster Future and Samad Savage.
That's one of the hardest songs I think I've made, bro. I'm telling you. All right, so what happened with that one? What happened with that one really was like the kind of the opposite of what happened with Hoes Mad. So how it was with Hoes Mad was I made the song and then I realized I could have a feature on it. How it is with Monster is I saw the artist. I'm a fan of Samad already. Like I already was like listening to him, and he's an up and coming person. Like he's a big dude to me, and I was like, I want to feature with him. So I went and emailed him, and then I was like, hey man, what's your price is? We didn't negotiated a price, and then he said, and then, I just showed him one of my old songs. One of the songs like I wasn't gonna. It's called Till I'm Famous. I might put that as some sort of experimental drop at some point, but I don't know if I'm gonna put that drop. But I showed him one of those, and it's kind of like almost his style. Like he can get on that for sure, and just to see what he likes. And then he was like, yeah, something like this. And then I showed him the beat that I picked, that someone gave me, and then I was like, you know what? I want to do that. So I started off the song with the mentality of, all right, I need to impress Samad. So that's why it went as hard as it did. I was just going in, the verse that you guys hear, like the lyrics are the same, but I was delivering the verse a different way. There's two different versions of it. One of them is just like me actually rapping. This one's more like a melodic. You can kind of almost hear the auto tune in it, that type of thing. But like once I realized that the first verse, the original one, was good and it impressed him, then I put this one over it because it kind of sounded a bit more catchy with the cadence and stuff like that. And I went and finished up the song. I sent it to him, and he was like, "Damn, I'm glad that you fucking hit me up, my nigga, because this shit's gonna be lit." So yeah, that was that's a hard ass song too, man. Like, man, shout out to Samad, bro. I'm gonna try to do some more tracks with him.
Absolutely. Just the whole process in the studio. What kind of software do you use? What you using to record? How that's going for you? Like when you walk in the studio, is it a vibe? Is it a look at them going in there and kill it?
So what you see right here is my studio. Like this whole mic I use. I think it's an Audio Technica 2030. And shout out to my boy at 50. He sent me that a couple months ago because I couldn't afford this type of mic, but I know I needed something better. Um,
Yeah.
and so he had this old mic. He sent it to me, but honestly, I gotta think of like a couple people. Him for the mic. I can't. I still really can't afford like the subscription or like the full payment for this DAW I use. And my DAW I use is a FL Studio, which is like to a lot of artists, it's like, oh, that's weird. Why you use that? Why don't you use Pro Tools? This and that. It's like to me, I think all DAWs do the thing. It all depends on just like what you as a person want as your workflow. And I like FL Studio and how it does. I've tried other ones, and this one's just the one that works best for me. And it's like, so it's like, people can say stuff about it, but if I'm making the songs I'm making with that, then it's not that big of a deal. But um you know what I'm saying? So I use this mic, this little pop filter, got on Amazon, all that stuff. I got some $80. I don't know what brand they are, but some $80 studio monitors here. Use these headphones, which aren't even really like. That's why I kind of personally believe like you don't to make good songs. You don't really need high quality equipment type shit. Like I'm using HyperX Clouds, which are gaming headphones, but I use them for mixing kind of my songs sometimes, and it's like, what I'm saying, like um I don't really believe that you need that much. So I got this mic, this headphones, that studio monitor, this computer, I guess, and I also have the interface, which is a PreSonus interface. But what's it called? So with that PreSonus into the computer, it's a what's it called? Free refurbished Intel i5 thing. I made sure to get like 16 gigs of RAM. I think that's the only thing I really wanted because it's like that to make sure that it's not slow. But yeah, I mean that's basically my full setup. I go in here, I wake up on off this bed, I get up and I sit in my chair right here and I just start making music, man. I also like to say, like, with the equipment thing, uh Michael Jackson recorded Thriller off of like a pretty like it's a good mic, but it's not like high quality like people would assume. And it's like he made that type of song on that mic. So it's like I don't really think that, the equipment is that big of a deal. People can make really good songs on shit like BandLab. So I don't really, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Um, a comment on that. A lot of the artists that I've had come through use FL, and FL got more praise than a lot of the other software that they use. And when I was recommended, a lot of people say use FL, use Audacity. I use Audacity at the moment. It's a little bit more easier for me, but I started off trying to use FL. That was before I really got the understanding of the audio editing. I always did do video editing. I went to college for graphic design twice. So it was like the audio kind of, I didn't pay attention. If I'd have paid a little bit more attention, it would have been a little bit more easier. So when shout out to my guys, the Loud Mob, who do my announcements with me, they kind of broke it down, the audio editing on Audacity. It kind of showed me how to do the auto tunes and all that. But our backgrounds are similar. Growing up, I used to always make little skits and movies and stuff like that. Music to me is the emotional outlet. That's where it started from. Cause I started writing poetry first. So, I immediately get in. That's where all the movies and stuff came. I just was a kid with a big imagination growing up, and that's all I did was write movies. To this day, I still, if I had the time, still write a good movie. I could still, you know what I'm saying? I could still write probably 50 poems in a day, or 50 poems in a week. I ain't gonna say in a day because I ain't have to do all that. 50 pounds in a week or whatever, I can still do it. Just the brain cell is just natural. It came natural.
That's the best time to start, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And man, shout out to my boy Carl. He used to be my producer, but he's the one who gave me FL Studio for free. So he kind of just gave me the program.
Yeah, that's dope, man. Those songs, I feel like each song you give people a little bit of part of you. I mean, a little bit in your personal life, but not too much. But you want them to relate. And one of the songs that stood out to me was "Hello, Mom." Tell us about that.
Man, okay, so Hello Mom was was definitely a hard song to make, and it was also a song that I made like more in the beginning stages of me making music, so I didn't really know as much as I know now. I could probably make a better song about it, but most people listening to it can tell that it was like I put as much heart and soul as I could into it, but it was hard for me to make because as an artist, when you make like when you start making a song, you have like different flows and cadences and melodies and stuff that you think about. That one is really like hard set on one melody, and that was because like it was like I was more at the when I was kind of halfway through it, I was more thinking of just like I don't. It was too impactful for me to like continue to just work on this thing. So I was just like, I need to get this done though. So I just need to finish it up. I just needed to do that same melody. Hopefully the melody's catchy enough type shit. But it's basically about my biological mom. She what's it called? Like I don't want to say like abandoned me, but she was like treating me kind of like bad when I was a baby to the point where my dad like got full custody of me, and I have no ties of like where she is. Like she's in I'm in Kansas right now, but she's from last time I remember she's in California still. And so I don't know like I mean, I'm sure if I go and ask, I could like find out some info, but I don't know like where she's going to be at. Like, I don't know really her name, like her full name, like that. I don't know much about her side of the family. So it's like just like almost like how NF I got inspired by NF's song his about his mom, and then I was like, man, I just I want to make something um the same thing for me because I kind of relate to that. So I was like, the music's kind of that's why one of the lyrics says like this music's my only way to reach out to you to communicate because this is like the only way I can even get close to talking to you type shit. And that whole EP that Hello Mom was in was it was basically about a bunch of or like origin like the origin and like main events of my life type stuff because I want my fans to know like as much as they can about me to relate to me. I don't want to be like one of those rappers that just make hit songs and just make catchy songs but you don't know really much about them as a person. So, you know.
Absolutely. I always feel like the best music is music that's relatable. If you can take a
Mhm.
person on a journey and they can follow along, it just works. It's just it works. Especially when people can relate to it. They hit them on a more of a personal level. Um, your style is so generically yours, and we gonna definitely hear a little bit of some music live so y'all can see that he the real deal, and it's not no joke.
Mhm.
And it's not no joke. Hold on.
Mhm.
That it's the real deal, and you know what I'm saying? It's not no joke. And before we get to that side note, this is the road to 1,000, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, man. We are making waves. I'm sorry I ain't been dropping interviews like that, but y'all know I got some in the stash. But I've been having a lot of stuff going on, and I gotta be smart and strategic with what I got going on. Make sure I ain't doing that. You know, I know, man. It's crazy. Yeah, but definitely it's the road to 1,000. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe, the notification bell, hit the like button so our videos can be recommended. Uh, let's side note, we're gonna let Reggie take it away with his first song, so y'all kind of accept the tone, man. So you wanna know what's going on. I don't know what he been preparing, but we're gonna let him take the spotlight, man. Give y'all a little something that y'all know, man.
You want me to share my song?
Yeah.
All right, for sure. Let's see if I can share my screen. There we go. Boom. This one's called Lethal Ho. Oh, oh.
Okay, you broke me, oh, how could you? Friends think I'm stupid, cause I see the good you. You say you died for me, but really would you? You say to give me your heart and I refuse to. Okay, you broke me, oh, how could you? Friends think I'm stupid, cause I see the good you. You say you died for me. And it's a lethal dose. You ain't just bad, you're evil, oh. And I will never let you take my soul. Cause you're a lethal, oh. You give me poison, it's a lethal dose. You ain't just bad, you're evil, oh. And I will never let you take my soul, take my soul. You go to college and you stay in your books too. Most of your friends will call you a loose screw. And you always change what you can afford to. New lips, new eyes, saying it's a new you. Oh, so idiotic, man, thought I knew you. Now I'm looking at you from a new view. And I'm not just another nigga that you used. I'm a whole different man from what I used to. Oh, man, I feel betrayed. All the shit that I dedicated for you. And you should feel ashamed. I wasn't here to play charades. Ooh, I wish you feel the pain. Cause I'm feeling that shit every day. Yeah. Ooh, you don't know how to behave. You're the queen of manipulation. Okay, you broke me. Oh, how could you? Friends think I'm stupid, cause I see the good you. You say you died for me, but really would you? You say to give me your heart and I refuse to. Okay, you broke me, oh how could you? Friends think I'm stupid, cause I see the good you. You say you died for me, but really would you? You say to give me your heart and I refuse to. Cause you a lethal, oh. You gave me poison, it's a lethal dose. You ain't just bad, you're evil, oh. And I will never let you take my soul. Cause you're a lethal, oh. You give me poison, it's a lethal dose. You ain't just bad, you're evil, oh. And I will never let you take my soul, take my soul. Okay, you broke me, oh, how could you? Friends think I'm stupid, cause I see the good you. You say you died for me, but really would you? You say to give me your heart and I refuse to. Okay, you broke me, oh, how could you? Friends think I'm stupid, cause I see the good you. You say you died for me, but really would you? You say to give me your heart and I refuse to. Cause you a lethal, oh. You give me poison, it's a lethal dose. You ain't just bad, you're evil, oh. And I will never let you take my soul. Cause you're a lethal, oh. You give me poison, it's a lethal dose. You ain't just bad, you're evil, oh. And I will never let you take my soul, take my soul.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah, that was crazy, man. That was lethal.
Okay.
That
I
was
gotta.
lethal.
Alrighty. No, but yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
I do
That
want
was
to just
crazy,
point out
man.
I
What
am.
was the,
No, my go ahead.
no, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
I was saying I do want to just point out I am dropping my album on November 19th. That's my birthday. I'll be turning 20. I don't know what the name of the album is for sure yet. I'm thinking of calling it 2 decades because I'm 2 decades on this earth now. But it's gonna have songs. It's gonna have a lot of different songs, and that one's probably that's probably gonna be a hard one on there. I'm gonna tell you right now. But
I was like, hey, I been club that bit come on shit. Club on something that come on up. Ooh, it's lethal. Shit. It's my might fight in the club, but y'all know how it,
alrighty
but
then. I got I
definitely
got a
no
I
bad
got a second
song, man. Chop the album
one if you want to.
November 19th.
I got a second one if you want to see it.
Yeah, man. Go with it, man.
All
Go
right.
with it. I need to make sure I put the shit on the screen. You know.
This one's called Woke.
Yeah. Whoa.
I ain't been walking a minute. Please don't come near me, I can see clearly, nigga. I know you a menace. Nigga, count up all the digits. Cause I ain't been gone in a minute. I see the hundreds, I see the 50s, I'm seeing that every minute. I can see right through your business. Cause I ain't been woke, I'ma be pushing. pushing the gas to the choke. I'ma be pumping that shit till it's broke. I don't repeat shit, I said what I spoke. Someone put horns on my head, I'ma go. Cooking and getting bread, I need a toast. Homie just heard on my shit, said it's dope. I gave him 2 on my bro, gave me 4. I put in soul in my bro, put it broke in a minute. That shit got me livid, I'm bad as a misfit. I'm smarter, I'm with it, I'm beating up lifted. Don't think it was scripted, I'm posted like biggest. My flow be that liquid, I'm on it, my business. Yo, jar and some biscuits, the birth of my critics in the opposition. That's something you started. If you wanna finish, I'll pay for your ticket. If you wanna visit, I ain't been woke in a minute. Please don't come near me, I can see clearly, nigga. I know you a menace. Make it count double the digits. Cause I ain't been broke in a minute. I see the hundreds, I see the 50s, I'm seeing that every minute. I can see right through you bitches. Cause I ain't been woke in a minute. Please don't come near me, I can see clearly, nigga. I know you a menace. Count double the digits. Cause I ain't been broke in a minute. I see the hundreds, I see the 50s, I'm seeing that every minute. I can see right through you bitches. In a while, I ain't gon' lose, the shit is my trial. People be switching and changing their style. Giving me an inch and then taking them out. How much you think I've been reaching it now? Think what you saying, start watching your mouth. Fakers be hungry, they starving for clout. Then they can take it, they want in the mouth. Niggas get hype when I send them my files. They wanna fight, then I got them on dial. I'm getting tired of watching them smile. Then I came in and they starting to frown. Even the thoughts they be having their doubts. Turn up the speakers and they start to bounce. They acting like they been having a drought. And my ass walked up in there with a spout. Go get a tie. I ain't been walking a minute. Please don't come near me, I can see clearly, nigga. I know you a menace. Nigga count double the digits. Cause I ain't been broke in a minute. I see the hundreds, I see the 50s, I'm seeing that every minute. I can see right through you bitches. Cause I ain't been walking a minute. Please don't come near me, I can see clearly, nigga. I know you a menace. Nigga count double the digits. Cause I ain't been broke in a minute. I see the hundreds, I see the 50s, I'm seeing that every minute. I can see right through you bitches.
Yes, sir.
Man,
It's fire,
dang,
man.
dang. Man, listen. I have to know what artists inspire you in music.
So, I mean, there. I feel like I'm a good combination of a lot of artists, but the main ones is probably Juice World. Juice World definitely inspired me a lot. Um, like people like Ian a lot, just like people. I feel like people sleep on him, but like he does have his own little style that goes well with what he does, and I kind of just picked off of that. Don Tolliver is also a big person in like to me. In terms of like actually rapping, like I like to think that my flow is like on point. So the kind of like what I the reason why I think that is because like the baby as like however people would think about him, he actually like I feel like the best part about the baby, like besides the rapping part, is like the flow specifically. Like his cadence mixed with what he does just makes things so much catchier. Him and Jack Harlow, like I kind of just picked off of their cadences a little bit. So like just like it's a healthy combination, not really just like one specific thing. That's kind of why you would mostly hear like different stuff here and there from me, but it's like it's all still Reggie Fe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the styles is unique. I do think you're original. I think when two styles from the start here, I think he was doing more from the one on the for the thing, he was doing a lot more singing, and this was a lot more. These two is a mixture of both. I, I just like to see a talent so complete and to be like, goddamn, well, wait a minute. I mean, goddamn, I can see him doing a song with DDG. I can see him doing a song with all these artists. And probably 9 out of 10, I can see it happen. I just feel like stay humble, stay focused on your craft. It's gonna happen for you. Um,
I,
one thing
I
I'm
appreciate
excited
that.
about. Oh, no problem. One thing I've been into lately is Spot 'em Got 'em, and I think he a total hit. And I saw that you did the beatbox challenge. What was that like, bro? You killed me, by the way.
Oh man, I'm telling you, man. Beatbox when like Beatbox put Spot on the map, bro. I'm telling you, like when I heard that beat, I was just like blown away. The fact that you can make that catchy of a type of music just from the instrumental. Like what he did perfect, like was perfect for it. But like the when I started seeing like all the other artists do remixes for it, I then started to realize like it's not just what they're saying that's like the reason why it sounds so hard and catchy. It's like the instrumental itself is just so like out of this world. So like when I did it, like the reason why I did it though is because like at that point I did have like a couple lyrics in there about what was happening at that point, but like, my marketing and I was trying to get my song shown to people. And there was a couple songs that had like over 2-3 thousand views or something on it, and YouTube just actually one of the
Yeah,
my demons actually was the one that had like it had 10,000 views like in the first couple days, and then I was like, man, this is what I'm saying, this is it, and then
yeah,
YouTube just took away. Like I woke up one day and it had 1,000 views. So I was like, I didn't really think much of it at that point. I was like, man, I don't know what happened, but maybe there was just like glitch. Maybe they just wrongfully put views or I don't know. So I just kept marketing it. Got up to 10,000 again. I wake up next time it's at like 4,000 views or something, and then I'm like, man. And so I started posting on social media. I was like, it's doing something. Like it's kind of pissing me off. Like I should be having like 20K views like from this just one song at this point. And then so I did a couple bars in there that was talking about like people want to take me down. I don't know, like because I really didn't know what the issue was, so I just had to keep it vague. But like people just want to take me down. Like I don't know what it is. And so I put that in the beatbox thing because that was also something that was popular at that time. But
yeah,
if like anyone who listens to that song can see like I'm rapping pretty fast in it, and it's like uh I when I was listening to everyone, because what I do whenever I do like remixes challenge from now on, like that was like the first one that I was like actively entering into, but like from now on. And with that one, I would like research and look up everyone else that was popular that has done it already, and I want to see what they did so that I don't do that. And then um, I was looking at everyone's and I was like, I mean, like they got pretty unique flows for what they do. Some of them is just kind of what Spot him got that he did, but regardless, like I was just looking at all this and I'm like, all of their cadences are pretty slow. I don't really see anyone doing any like a fast rap thing to that. And this is a beat that you could easily do something fast to. So like I went in and I just chopped it up and I just made that thing, bro. That's man, when that dropped, I was hella excited for it. That's why it has a couple thousand views on it right now. Like I'm hella proud of that one. I like that one.
yeah. Oh yeah, that was crazy. That was just fucking ridiculous, literally ridiculous. I finally got that beat. Actually, I'm a probably y'all know Hulk like I'm a freestyle guy, so I probably would have to jump on that sooner than later. But I know y'all waiting on me to jump on the beatbox. I'm gonna probably jump on that sooner than later. I know I've been slacking. Don't hold it against me. I've been working on a lot of stuff. I got a lot of stuff going on. Um, but yeah, who the top 5 artists in your playlist today?
That's a good question. Let me check real quick for you. Um, I got in my main playlist. Well, Drake for one. Drake is like people like regardless of how people sleep on Drake, anyone who says Drake is like not as good as like a lot of people. There's actually from what I've had conversations with, there's actually a surprisingly large amount of people that don't consider Drake one of the goats of this time. And it's like, bro, look at his you could all you got to do is look at his numbers. You don't even got to look at him as a person and you can figure that out. So it's like, but Drake for sure, like he's a like just heavy influence on my generation, I believe. So Drake, Lil Wayne for sure. That is definitely someone I'm gonna like. I'm manifesting all this. Like I'm gonna be able to meet Drake and have a collab song with him. Um, the baby is on there, but that's like because of his because I was a very like this was before I like started doing actually doing music, but I was a really big fan of the baby like and his stuff. So I was just like listening to all of his songs. The song, what's it called? The album Kirk. I have like that whole album on my playlist. So that's
He just
probably the next best one. Joyner Lucas. That's for sure like the fourth one. Like that's also like before I started doing music, like he was like I would consider if I was a fan of anyone, it would be Joyner Lucas. Like that would be like the biggest one. Um and then and then from what I see, it's either a mix of Jack Harlow or J. Cole is like the next one up for like most common on my playlist. Got a lot of stuff on there.
um, first of all, shout out to my homeboy, Lil Wayne. Y'all know I'm from New Orleans. So shout out to Wayne, man. Dope, goat, Drake, goat. Wayne found Drake. Anybody that's sleeping on Drake to my hand, the goat. I don't know what you listening to right now. After, like he said, you can thank me later. Just put it that way. No, you know what I'm saying? Like Drake exceeded expectations for Cash Money, exceeded expectations for his career. I mean, him and Nicki both. I mean, when you call Pickett talent Wayne the cream of the crop when it comes to it, and it's just definitely just what it is. I mean, ghosts recognize ghosts. I mean, you got Wayne, you got Jay Z,
Yeah. A
you
lot of
got
people Yeah, a lot of people getting mad at like people who don't like people who use auto tune or whatever they call them mumble rappers. Like they get mad at like Polo G and Lil Baby and these people and for what they do, but in reality they don't realize like if it wasn't for T Pain and Lil Wayne, none of that would really be happening. And you got to admit, if you ain't closed minded, you got to admit that this modern sound is still like hella entertaining. Like it's not,
yeah,
it's it may not be as impactful as when we was growing up and we had Eminem and we had all these big people dropping, but like it's a sound that's entertaining and it's still very popular. So I mean, if you listen, I mean, I just listened to T Pain's most recent album in 2019. That dude was rapping fast while doing the auto tune stuff. He was basically doing like little baby stuff. So it's like, bro, like, come on now, like you can't sleep on this generation.
yeah, not at
I'm
all.
in this generation. You can't sleep on this generation.
And the baby on it. I mean,
Yeah,
not just the baby, baby himself. Live the other baby, he on fire like hell too. I
yeah,
I
sir.
mean, like he did tell his new album, like
Yeah.
his own shit hot. I mean, like this new generation, I'm gonna give him their props. Like I'm one of the people I feel like music to change, as long as it still has the same message and the same concept. And I'm good with that. Artists like Polo G, artists like DDG,
Mhm.
the impatient song with Carla Ray, that's crazy. Carla Ray killing the game herself, that's crazy.
Mhm.
For people who know who she is, that's Benzino's daughter. I didn't know that. And she crazy. Like
A lot of people don't
it's
know that,
on a
man.
whole other level. And it's like it's so many crazy dope artists coming out. Ride Wave, he been killing it.
Yeah.
Singing Tip.
And with the Coil Ray thing, like it's really it's a lot harder statistically
Yeah,
to get your own fan base if you are already a celebrity's like child. Like it's they don't people don't understand. Not a lot of people know that Ice Cube and Snoop Dogg like have
yeah,
children that are artists. And they
yeah,
like they don't they just it's hard. Ice Cube and Snoop Dogg are legends to a lot of people. If people thought it was just easier if you were just a kid of them, like nah, it's not, bro. I'm telling you, like
yeah.
the fact that
That's
you have
crazy.
your own thing, like yeah, the fact that you grow your own thing off of that, like knowing that you have a lot of stuff extra on you, like that's yeah, no, props to them, bro.
Yeah, like literally props to them. I just would give anybody that's in the industry, and trying to get in the industry. I would say be dedicated to your craft, and constantly continue to improve. We can all, even if we think we're the best, still improve. It's good to have a mind state to think you're the best, but it's always good to continue to improve, continue to learn. I mean, continue to be that sponge when it comes to music. To any artists that's trying to follow their parents' footsteps, I would say don't try to be them, be you, and allow your craft to speak for you. Because I understand the expectation and they go on up. want you to do 1,000. They don't want you. If your daddy was Lil Wayne, they want you to be Lil Wayne and Baby and Slim, the whole Cash Money. You got to do so much
Mm-hmm.
extra. It's not that. Be you and let your music speak. And I
Yep.
feel like with everything that she had going on, it's definitely her emotional release, and it's definitely when she came out with her first single definitely took off like a rocket because her talent was just there. It's just there. And
Yeah.
you can't deny it. You know what I'm saying? As much as the industry hates her daddy, you know his record, you could not deny it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The fact that that's the whole thing. A lot of people don't realize. Like, if you hate on somebody or you don't like somebody, the fact that you even know their name shows that they have a work ethic that you would want to get inspired off of. Like the fact that you know their face or you know what song they have and whatever it is. And also like that's why I give respect to a lot of people like in the game right now that you just never you almost never don't see their face like online on somewhere like Lil Baby has like the, you know what I'm saying, if you look at just his level of how many projects he's put out since 2017, like he just has a level of hustle that's just you can't help but admire that. Even like you know that he knows that he's talented with Gunna's help and all that stuff that you were saying. Like he knows he's talented. I feel like if Gunna just told him the like taught him about the craft and then just kind of let him do his own thing and didn't even like help him financially or anything like that, like I feel like he still would be where he's at today. Like it's just like it's, you know what I'm saying, it was just a matter of time. Like his work ethic is just off the charts. He just never stops. So people like him, like you just gotta give like props to them. Coyle Ray, like she's been going hard ever since she's seen like No More Parties was getting as popular as it was. Like she just like never stopped. So yeah.
Absolutely, man. Definitely. I just feel like she need to continue doing what she's doing, man. She's a dope artist, and I see no but success in the future, just the same as I see no but success in the future. It's been a dope interview. I'm glad you came through, man. Glad we was able to talk music. Like we said, check out his new album November 19, man. It's gonna be
Yeah.
crazy. Do not miss it. If you miss it, you're losing out, man. Shout out to Reggie FE, man. Check him out in the Thank God It's Friday Music Festival Live Florida also, man. Crazy interview. Definitely, it's an artist you want to be on the lookout for, man, because definitely for years, we're going to be talking about him on a whole different scale. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy, Hawk. Like, it's the Chop It Up podcast. Chop, chop, chop it up. Let's talk. Oh.